Sorry about that. Hope all is going well. Hope your day is going well. I've been a bit busy with my puppy dog being sick. Trying to get her healthier. Or healthier. Get her back going. But anyways, I'm also in the middle of playing the Circle game from the Netflix show The Circle. So playing a game called The Circle. If you don't know what that is, just Google it, YouTube, search it. I'm sure you do. I myself may be hosting a game later on one of my many Twitter handles I manage. So without for that, as you can see, I changed my clothes, changed my shirt, got a haircut, shaved off a good amount of the beard, so looking good. Hashtag ladies send pics on Snapchat. Now, I don't know. But anyways, no. Point is, let's talk about how this is us. This is us. Clouds episode called Clouds here. For this is dang it. So I just get my stuff situated here, and also I will be looking also to see if there's any updates in the game. I did rank third, so I was right outside being an influencer, so that was cool. Anyways, let's talk about This Is Us. There's a lot going on in this latest episode of This Is Us, dubbed Clouds. After the time of reference in this episode's core story, a story that builds on the season-long focus on Rebecca and the children's relationship with her. There's also a lot of other individual threads, both big and small, packed in. From Kate's relationship dramas to Randall and his mother's mental health situation and statuses from distant past to less distant past to present and all that in between, it feels a bit like a bunch of not power cores you find in your miscellaneous electronics drawer, but the only way to untangle them is to dive in. So without further ado, let's get into the events of this week's episode. So first off, I want to talk about Kate and Toby and baby Jack, and Madison a little bit as well. But maybe the latter there we did bring up. Anyways. Hold on. Sorry, I had to reply to this person. All right, sorry about that. Anyways, for Kate, this season has involved exploring her romantic past amid a tumultuous romantic present, with college era boyfriend Mark's storyline and story seemingly wrapped. This week we go back further. The episode opens on Jack and Rebecca reviewing report cards in the preteen Big Three era. Kate's report card is well, hold on. But she's depressed because she's experiencing her first breakup. Jack tries to make her feel better, but she runs to her room. She listens to sad music and thinks angsty thoughts. To cheer her up, Rebecca lets her pick dinner. But Kate's still wallowing that afternoon, and Jack tries again to help. He compares boyfriends to waffles, saying the first few are never great, but eventually you get it right. It's another of several nods this season to Toby being right there, or being right for her, despite what's happening at the moment in present tense. The present. And in that present, Kate and Toby are trying to move past Toby's difficulty with Jack's blindness. The morning after she returns from the cabin, he apologizes, then reveals a surprise. He's he's converting their garage into a music studio. Kate appreciates the gesture but isn't ready to forgive him. Kate heads to brunch with Madison to hear her apology for sleeping with Kevin. Kate tells Madison her betrayal of Clint come at a worse time. Madison begs her to confide in her about what else is wrong. Kate tells her about Toby and how she isn't sure if his attitude change is sincere. In response, Madison says she slept with Kevin because he knows her more authentically than other guys. That's a sort of intimacy she sees in Kate and Toby's relationship, and she wants and believes it's part of marriage. She says Toby should be able to tell Kate his deepest fears without punishment. Kate realizes she has a point. Kate then forgives Madison and then later makes amends with Toby. She asks to see the garage again. He shows her the best part, an area for Jack filled with children's instruments. Kate is grateful and the two embrace. A few scenes later, Kate sits down at a keyboard and begins to play while baby Jack plays as well. We see them playing in the studio together when he's a toddler. Then Jack playing as a preteen teenager. Then young adult. Toby's apologetic gesture for struggling with Jack's disability shapes Jack's life, helping him transcend his disability. Randall. On report card day, Randall is bummed over an A minus. Geniuses aren't, right? He insists on speaking to the teacher about it. Rebecca thinks Randall is getting worse and needs to see someone about his anxiety. Jack dismissively says Randall's simply wound tight and needs to blow off some steam. For Randall to blow off steam, Jack takes him to the track and challenges him to a race, saying running will help ease his stress. Presumably, that's where Randall's love and dependency on running began. In the present, Beth is proud of Randall for planning on going to therapy, but he empathetically downplays it. Before he leaves, Beth mentions getting Annie an iPhone for her birthday. Randall rejects the idea. At the therapist's office, Randall fidgets in the waiting room, then in the session takes issue with a painting and starts cracking jokes. He brings up his mother's doctor's appointment that day, but says that's not why he's in therapy. The therapist asks why he's there. He admits he's always had anxiety and sometimes get to the point of panic attacks and hospitalization. His wife is worried another such incident is coming. He wants coping mechanisms. Before they go further, the therapist admits she knows Randall, i.e. the adoption story, from his campaign speeches. He seems irked but moves on, referencing a point from his speeches about how his life was shaped by two fathers, the one he lost and the one he gained. But then he gets worked up over the therapist knowing him. When he calms down, the therapist asks more questions. After they discuss his relationship with his fathers and siblings, the therapist asks about his mother. Randall says she's stressed out about her illness, but otherwise the relationship is great. He tries to change the subject in between his therapist pressing him on it anyway, and the constant sizzling noise of dripping coffee hitting the hot bottom of the coffee maker, he gets more annoyed. He gradually begins to rant, saying he's the only one who can take care of his mother. He criticizes Miguel for missing illness signs and Kevin for not being reliable. He mentions how Rebecca asked him not to tell his siblings about her diagnosis because Kevin's an addict and Kate has a baby with special needs. He infers he's mad she took for granted that he has his own problems too. He tells the therapist that therapy is pointless. He's always known his relationships aren't perfect, and he's fine with any triggers or faults he has. Then he says his family would have fallen apart without him. The therapist questions his assertion, and it boils over. He insults her and storms off. Not a good look, but I think that's just his way of dealing with it. When he gets home, he tells Beth he doesn't want to return. But Beth says she needs him to do so. The break-in had affected her more than she's shown. She's afraid to leave her dance studio at night. She wants Annie to have an iPhone so she always knows where she is. She hasn't slept well, but she hasn't felt she could share her struggles with Randall because if she did, he'd crack. He needs to be stronger for himself so they can help each other. In a way, Randall has forced Beth to be for him what his mother always forced him to be for her. This is a wake-up call for Randall and a return to therapy more sincere. Awesome indeed there. That's for sure. Excuse me, it's Kevin, Rebecca, and Jack. In the preteen era, Kevin is smug because he has 2 A's, and Rebecca promised him $5 for every A. Randall points out the A's are in physical education and art, and Rebecca reads negative teacher comments. But Kevin insists a deal is a deal. He plans on buying baseball cards, as one would, or football cards, but this kid likes baseball, and that's cool as well. He asks his mom to take him to the store after school, but she says she has too many errands. He suggests he join her, and they make the store another stop. She reluctantly agrees. Kid's smart, huh? I thought Kevin shows up at his mother's. His mother is going to draw out a confession about her health. She picks up on this, admits it, and apologizes, at which point Kevin softens and hugs her. He asks to join her and Miguel in their plans to go to an old school record store that day. Miguel sweetly suggests Kevin and Rebecca go. At the store, Rebecca wistfully listens to a Johnny Mitchell record. She talks about her love of records and that album, Clouds, see? Name drop of the episode title, but it all makes sense. Obviously, that's what it always does. And Kevin teases her as well. And she compares her love for records to his childhood baseball card obsession. Then Rebecca starts telling him about when she and Jack were in LA and tried unsuccessfully to find Johnny Mitchell's old house. Kevin suggests completing the mission. He gets the address from Siri, and there they go. And back in preteen time, Kevin becomes impatient while running errands and begs to go to the store. Rebecca initially denies him. He points out she's doing things for Kate and Randall, then says he wishes she was fun like Sophie's mom. His play works, and Rebecca agrees to go to the store to prove she's fun. Although Kevin and his mother find Johnny's old house, the gate is open and Rebecca walks in. Kevin jokes about ending up on TMZ for breaking into Johnny's old house with his mother. And back to preteen, Kevin and Rebecca arrive at the card store. Kevin buys 14 packs of cards, hoping to find the latest player he needs for a particular set. Or one of those special cards, right? That's what I always try to get for the football cards. The special, shiny, looking all good. Even if it's not like a star player. Like I know I had a very shiny, cool-looking Jim Druckenmiller from a quarterback of the 49ers card. I'm just sharing. I talked about it in the episode. My father was big into baseball cards. Like, he showed me his big collection that he'll give to me or whatever is on me in the distant future. And, yeah. All right. Anyways, he asked his mother to blow on one for good luck. The two playfully devoured the gum that comes with the cards and comb through the packs. In the present, Rebecca tells Kevin about Johnny Mitchell writing the song Our House with Graham Nash. It's a story she told Jack on the trip. She starts singing the song, and Kevin looks on in awe. She asks if she's scared about her diagnosis. He asks if she's scared about the diagnosis. She admits she is, but she's happy in the moment because Kevin makes everything fun. Rebecca knows Kevin thinks his lightheartedness is a flaw, but she says it's important to help people forget about their worries, forget their troubles and their strifes, The bare necessities. This moment, juxtaposed with Randall's therapy, perfectly contrasts the brothers. One serious, one silly. Those traits, both their strengths and flaws, to the other. So that's actually pretty cool and well done by the writing staff of This Is Us, of those characters, and well done portrayed as by the actors as well. Of course, it's a team effort in regards to great episodes and great storytelling. The ones that made of the story, storyboard, people, directors, creators, this and that, of said show, and the actors of the specific roles or the roles of the characters. Team effort. Hashtag Wildcats. Head in the game. When we next see them, Rebecca tries to convince Kevin to skip the doctor's appointment and get food. Kevin doesn't want to reinforce the family narrative that he's unreliable. Rebecca doesn't want the day to end. Kevin wisely says it must end eventually, but he'll be there tomorrow and beyond. Kevin and Miguel join Rebecca for her test results. She has mild cognitive impairment, likely linked to Alzheimer's. After the doctor's appointment, Rebecca makes Kevin promise not to treat her any differently. She needs his fun and laughs. In LA, Jack and Rebecca memory, Jack looks lovingly at Rebecca as she sings Our House. Then we see them in the preteen era making dinner, then watching a movie together, then Miguel and Rebecca watching a movie. Then adult Kevin's at a store buying the exact card he needed and found as a kid that day in the store with his mom. There we go. Good episode always. It's genius though and heart-wrenching that we're seeing the bright side of the two relationships depicted as more strained. Rebecca and Kate, and then also Rebecca and Kevin, and we're seeing the other side of a relationship long painted as rosary, Rebecca and Randall, different, and just how that's commented in its own way. So I really enjoyed this episode this week, just in how that all's been shown. I love it. Hashtag love it. Always. Great episode. Enjoyed it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But all in all, great episode. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Well, go follow me on Twitter at army_strong_06. You can find me on Snapchat at StevieK_06. And on the Instagram at StephenK_06. If you all have a great rest of your evening. And above all else, as always, take care.